Before I begin, let's have a round of applause for these speakers. Well, thank you, Avi, for the introduction, and thank you all so much for being here today for our 5th annual Pride celebration here at the Wisconsin State Capitol. How about that? There'll be more. We're not stopping at 5. I want to begin today by recognizing and thanking the folks here with us today, including members of my cabinet, legislators, and members of the LGBTQ Legislative Caucus, and all the great work they do. I also want to recognize the LGBTQ members of Wisconsin's congressional district, or delegation, U.S. Senator Tammy Baldwin and Congressman Mark Pocan's staff are able to join us while the senator and congressman are back in Washington fighting the good fight for us every single day. Finally, I want to express my gratitude to the many organizations, advocates, and members of the community who are here on this important day, whether it's including folks like Fair Wisconsin, G-Safe, Human Rights Campaign, Diverse and Resilient, and many, many other organizations. Thank you for being incredible partners and helping lead the way on issues of LGBTQ equity, advocacy, and inclusion across Wisconsin and beyond. Your work and advocacy are really, really important today more than ever. Folks, today we kick off Pride Month. And I'll tell you this is one of my favorite days of the year, and I'm jazzed as hell to be here with all of you. Just telling you, you can't be jazzed as hell every day. But I am as jazzed as hell. As we kick off Pride Month in Wisconsin, we celebrate LGBTQ people in Wisconsin, LGBTQ community more broadly, and LGBTQ contributions and culture, which are a vibrant, critical part of our state and our country. We also honor and pay tribute to generations of LGBTQ folks who aren't with us today, those whose story, voices, and dedication have helped secure the LGBTQ freedoms that, especially today, we must work hard to defend and protect. Because as much as today and the month of June is a time to celebrate and honor the LGBTQ community, this is also a time when we recognize the challenges the community faces still today. Our state is home to an incredible history of LGBTQ activism and advocacy, from the Black Knight Brawl in Milwaukee to being the first state to ban discrimination based on sexual orientation. But today we continue to see harmful anti-LGBTQ rhetoric and legislation right here in Wisconsin, across the United States, and unfortunately around the world. Rhetoric that we know hurts our kids, emboldens hate and violence, and threatens the safety, security, and dignity of LGBTQ people. We also know that our kids are facing a mental health crisis, and that's our LGBTQ kids are especially bleak. At the same time, we're also seeing continued efforts to ban books and censor the materials folks across our state and country have access to. Just 2 years ago, we saw the highest number of attempted book bans in 20 decades, many of which relate directly to LGBTQ people, families, history, and the greater community. Folks, this is breathtaking, obviously. We can't let that happen. Now I say, all of us today, not to damper the parade, but to explain why raising the pride flag here at the state capitol is so important to me as a governor. It has been every year, of course, but especially important today. Raising the pride flag today sends a message for all those who've only ever wanted to belong, who've had to find their own family, who've never known home, you belong here. You are family here. You are welcome here. To the people who work in the other wings of this building, this is the people's house, and you too serve at the pleasure of the people of the state. And yes, that does mean LGBTQ Wisconsinites too. And as this flag flies over the east wing just a few feet above my office, it's a signal that I will always stand with LGBTQ Wisconsinites, including our trans and gender non. Every day we will keep working to build a Wisconsin that is more welcoming, more inclusive, and more just for everybody. So with that, happy Pride Month, Wisconsin. Let's raise that flag, and I'll just give you a heads up. They have to take something down first, and then the flag goes up, so don't think things are screwed up. It's just the way it works. Thanks everybody for being here.